I think we might be live. Seem to be having some technical difficulties. So, trying to work that out. Facebook keeps trying to give me tips and puts up these little pop-up things, and I can't see what's going on. So, I know I'm a little bit late today. I apologize for that. I was on a phone call with an owner talking about some maintenance concerns, and so here we are now. So, if we have not met before, my name is Megan Moore, and I handle the day-to-day property management needs here at Remax Incline. Remax Incline has been around for a few years now, in the industry for quite a while. Myself, I've been in the industry for around 15 years, doing property management. I've been licensed for the last 6 years. So before that, I did property management for owners that owned their own properties. I started doing third-party property management 6 or 7 years ago. So that's a little bit about me, a little bit about us. And I thought we would just kind of jump right into what Remax Incline offers. And if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask. You can ask now as you're watching the video if it's live. You can ask later when you watch the video. Email, text, message, Facebook message, whatever is going to be the easiest for you to communicate. I will try to answer every question that I can. Remax Incline, our office is located in Coleraine. We have multiple agents in the office. We all work with investors, whether those are large multifamily investors, single family investors, size does not matter. We will manage a single condo that you moved out of and bought your own home, your own single family, and you're looking for somebody to take care of your condo that you just moved out of. All of that is fine. We can help you in any way that we can. So we are located here in Hamilton County. We serve the counties that are around us. Claremont, Butler, Warren, those areas are fine. We do have properties in those areas, and we service those communities. What you should be looking for in a property management services is you should not necessarily be looking for a property management company, because in the state of Ohio, you have to be licensed in order to do third-party property management. Now, if you have someone that is on payroll, that they work for you, they're W-2'd, that is, actually, I guess it could be 1099. But if you have someone on payroll that is managing just properties that you own yourself, that is completely different. But when you're doing third-party management, when you decide, oh, I want to manage for other owners, at that point, you need to have your real estate license and be associated with a real estate brokerage. That's Ohio law. That's how it is. So when you're looking for a company, you're thinking, either you've been managing for a while and you don't want to do it anymore, or, you want your nights and your weekends back. You're tired of taking those emergency calls, and you think, well, I think it's time maybe I look at someone else and what they can offer me. Or you're brand new. You're just now starting the process looking for that investment property, the first one, and you're not exactly sure where to start. And once you purchase the property, then what are you going to do? So we do have agents in the office that can help you with that initial buying of the property. They can help advise you on, what rental properties look like, what you might be able to get for a specific property in a specific area. Those are all things that we can help you with. But I tell people that getting the property is the easy part. And I know that even in today's real estate market, where things are moving quickly, the offer or the listing goes active and it's pending within hours or the next day. I know you're thinking, well, no, buying the property is the hard part. Well, no. And the reason why I say that is that anybody can purchase a property and say, hey, I'm going to use it as an investment. But not everybody is going to be able to tell you how to take that investment, how to maximize its potential, reposition where it currently is, and how to make you money. So your investment, at the time you choose to exit the market, your investment truly was an investment, and you're not losing. So that's what we help you do. We help you keep your investment profitable. We do what we can to make that happen, and we help advise you along the way. So these questions that you should be asking, one of the first ones, we just talked about it, is, are you licensed? Yes, we are. Obviously, we are a Remax brokerage. You can see that behind me. And we operate our property management through Remax Incline as it is supposed to be done. The types of properties that somebody manages, that's important to know. Are they large multi only? Do they only do single families? That's a question you should be asking. You don't want to hire someone to do services for you if it's not something that they are familiar with. For example, if somebody asks me, do you manage for condo associations? My answer is no. Could we? Of course we could, but we don't have that already working for us. It's not something that we currently do. I would not consider it something that's currently in our wheelhouse. Doesn't mean we can't figure it out. But if somebody were to ask me, hey, do you manage condo associations? My answer is no, I don't. I do manage condos themselves, the actual condo, townhomes. We have, large complexes of 84 units or more. We have single families that are, I believe that the smallest property that we have in our portfolio, single family, is actually one that I personally own, which is a 750 square foot, one bedroom, single family house in Mount Healthy. So yeah, we manage tiny little places, and we manage, 6 and 8 bedrooms, units, single families on the west side. We have pretty much complexes and single families all over the place. So that's something that I believe is important for you to know. Do you have an applicant screening process, and what is it? So we have a number of Facebook pages that are geared towards renters, people that are looking for rentals. There's a large number of people that follow those pages, and I lost my train of thought. Oh, sometimes you're going to see posts from people. It's also a place that people can post, hey, I'm looking for A, B, and C. Has anybody seen anything? And it's great because people will comment, hey, I just was driving down the road. I don't know anything about it, but I saw the single family home that has a for rent sign out front. Or, hey, they just remodeled some of the units in my complex. I know they're going to be looking for people to move in. So you'll see that kind of help between people that are in the group, which is great to see. But you see people that say, hey, I'm looking for a single family home to rent, but I don't want to fill out an application. What? There are people that are looking to move into rentals where you're not doing any sort of screening. There's no background check. You're not verifying income. They basically want to do cash for keys. I'm going to hand you my cash. You're going to hand me the keys. I don't think that that's something that anybody should be doing. And I certainly don't think that if you have purchased a home as an investment or a property as an investment, that you should be trusting somebody who doesn't even care about who's living in your unit. So we do have an applicant screening process. It's the same across the board. We follow all fair housing guidelines. We, let tenants know why they've not been approved, why they've not been approved. We let them know the dollar amount they're approved for and the unit size. Or the minimum unit size. If they're a voucher holder, the voucher dictates what size unit they can have. But if it's a market renter, you cannot have more than 2 heartbeats per bedroom. So if you have yourself and 5 children, you have to have a minimum. So that would be 5 children plus you, that's 6. You'd have to have a minimum of a 3-bedroom. We could not rent you a 2-bedroom. We could not rent you a 1-bedroom. You have to have enough bedrooms so you put 2 people per bedroom. So that's something to keep in mind. But we approve everybody, we decline everybody the same way. We do the same kinds of checks. We do landlord references and verify income and do background checks, sex offender checks. How many office and maintenance staff do you have? You're going to want to know, if I bring to you my units or my properties, are you going to be able to handle the increase? I can say that in 2021, we had tremendous growth. It was absolutely amazing, but it was tough at first because we did not have the staff to support the number of units that we have. Thankfully, we're always looking to hire. We're always bringing people on, and that way we can better service our owners. So that's important to know. Do you have maintenance staff? Some people don't. They just use contractors, do everything. That's totally their call. How do they handle emergencies? Those are the kinds of questions that you're going to be asking them. And what is your vacancy rate? Vacancy rate is very important. How often are you evicting people? Do you work with people? Those are questions that you're going to ask. You're not going to want to go to someone and find out that they manage 200 units and 150 of those are vacant. You're going to have to ask yourself why. Another one that's important to know is, how do I know what's going on? How am I aware of what's going on in my properties? Here we have a program you log into, and you have the ability to see tenant notes, what payments they've made, what notices have been sent out, what their balances are. All of that is available to you in real time. Is there an eviction process? How do you get people out of my unit if they're not paying? In today's COVID world, it's a little more complicated than it was pre-COVID. There are different agencies that are out there that are paying up to 6 and 7 months rent. There's a lot going on. City of Cincinnati passed a new ordinance that basically said if your tenant comes to court and they have all monies owed to you in hand, that you have to accept it, because they're trying to limit the number of people that have been evicted or are being evicted. Because sometimes people will use non-payment of rent to get rid of troubled tenants without having to go through the eviction process to get rid of troubled tenants. They just use non-payment as their reason, and I think that's something that they're looking to stop. So, do you have an eviction process? How quick is it? How does somebody get themselves out of eviction? Important questions to ask. I put this in here. I had this in here before I could answer yes to this question. The question is, do you personally invest? In some instances, it might not matter if somebody personally invests. Like I said, I think that this was an important question before. Not everybody has a desire to invest. Not everybody has the stomach for it. There's a certain level of risk, and not everybody wants to take that level. And that's fine. There's absolutely nothing wrong if you do not want to personally invest. But I think it's important to ask because you kind of have a little bit of common ground. They've been through it before. As an owner, not just as somebody who manages the property, I can tell you that it makes things a little bit different when it's your money and not somebody else's. So that's something to ask. And like I said, I'm not saying that if you don't personally invest, that's a bad thing, because not everybody wants to, and you shouldn't have to. So anyway, there's that. Do you maintain individual owner accounts, or are you putting everything into one giant fund? Different schools of thought on it. I don't understand everybody putting all of their money into one bank account. So, we have 65 owners or so, and that means that we maintain 65 bank accounts. It does not mean that we have 65 owners, 650 units that are all putting their money into one account. So the way we operate is the leases are not written in our name. The leases are written in your name. Rent is paid directly to you as the owner into your property management account. Any invoices that are paid, supplies that are purchased, taxes that are paid, every bit of it comes out of your property management account. Nobody's funds go into your account. Your funds don't go into anybody else's account. Tenants have to pay by paying you and not us. So if a tenant turns in a money order and it has our name on it, we can't accept it because we don't own the building. We're not holding the lease. It's being held by the owner, so that gets paid to you. We do, I'm going to mention this. It's something that we recently started, online rent payments. And so far it's been great. We have a lot of people that have taken advantage. So it's online payments, and it's also a program that allows tenants to pay at places like Kroger and Walmart, and I believe CVS. So recently that's new for us. We're in some ways kind of just catching up. And that was something we were able to offer starting in 2021 or 2022. And so that was pretty exciting because it kind of, it gets money into your account faster if nothing else. Okay, what we offer: advertising, call management. We do showings, application processing, Section 8 paperwork, rent negotiation, rent collection, monthly rent rolls, low-cost hourly maintenance, vendor codes, moderate rehab. So we can do your unit turns. Somebody moves out and it needs repainted. We handle all of that for you. We don't do an upcharge on materials or any vendors. If we use a roofing company to go out and, do a repair on your unit and it's $1,000, it's $1,000. It's not $1,000 plus 5% or plus 2%. We don't do that. So everything is just as the vendor sends it in. Rent collection, we do rent negotiation. Most of the time there's not. Rent negotiation is sometimes more applicable to someone who might have Section 8 or a voucher program. You might have to do a little bit of negotiating for the rent. I mean, we'll negotiate with market renters. We work on, repositioning a property, raising rents. If you take in a property that everything is low, which is what we're seeing a lot of, buildings that have been owned for 10 or more years, and the seller has never increased rent. So that's something that we deal with pretty regularly. We do weekly open houses. As I said, we have 5 or 6 agents in the office. Most everyone works with renters. Everybody works with investors. I don't know that we have any that say that they don't. But your listings, they go into MLS. Everybody in the office works on getting those rented. We have agents from other offices that also rent our apartments. We offer very fair commission to the renting agent, which sometimes is not the case. If you're looking through MLS as an agent and you see rentals come up, you might see a $2,000 rental that's going to offer you $50 in commission. That doesn't make sense for the most part with us. If it's a $2,000 listing, that commission is 1 month's rent and it's split between both parties. So definitely more appealing to work with RE/MAX Incline to do rentals if you're an agent. I'm just going to go out and put this out there. If you are an agent and you're watching this and you work with investors and you work with renters, RE/MAX Incline would be a great place for you to land. And there are a number of reasons why. I would love to have that conversation with you as far as how you can continue to make residual income after a property closes. So you got questions, reach out to me or to the office, because any of us can have that conversation with you. Let's see, size doesn't matter. Like I was saying earlier, it doesn't matter if you've got 1 unit or 100 units, we will take that on. So this is something that if you're looking at, let me just click through this. Okay. So yes, we can do, if you're only looking for leasing, so we'll do everything. If you're just interested in leasing, you're not sure that you want to take the jump to just property management right away, totally your call. You don't have to. You never have to use this for property management. You can use this for your leasing. If you are, you've got 4 units or 5 units and you're like, I can handle the maintenance, that doesn't bother me at all. I can handle the rent collection, that doesn't bother me at all. But leasing can just be all time consuming until you find someone, especially if you have multiple vacancies. So we can handle all of your leasing needs. The advertising, the showings, processing the application, and the lease signing. If all you want help with is the advertising and the showings, we can do that. You give us your application, we get the applications filled out, we slide those to you, you make the approval, and then pay the negotiated rent or the negotiated commission. If all you want to do is put it in MLS, I can handle that for you. I would say take full advantage of the services that can be provided and use us for all of it, but if that is all you need, that can also happen. I can also talk to you individually about curb appeal, Section 8, and repositioning properties. So if you don't have a question or you don't need help with the property management, you don't need help with the leasing, but you do need some help with repositioning that property, that can be done on a consultative basis. Reach out, we can have that conversation and get you making some better money. Okay, so our current stats are going to be off because I didn't get a chance to update them. So these are, we flip, we rent, we stabilize, we reposition, we collect the rent. This is pretty current. So we've signed some new owners in the last month. So we've got 63 owners, 145 properties, 46, and our unit count is right now right around 615. So that's what we're looking at. These numbers are probably all going to be, we'll look at it. So we're so new into 2022. So in 2020, we rented 99 units, and in 2021, we rented 186. Now, this isn't because we evicted 90 people and then we re-rented the units. This is because we've taken on new properties. Last year, our unit count of 615 was only around 250 units. So you can see huge growth in 2021. So that is 186 rentals completed by Remax Incline, which to me is phenomenal. Um, and yeah, so I feel like we do what we do the best. And I would encourage you to ask questions if you're currently in a property management agreement situation. If you're not sure how things are really operating, what your bottom line looks like, if you should never be afraid to ask your management company. And like I said, I just got off a phone call with an owner going over maintenance costs, and have no problem sitting down and explaining how those costs work. And I don't take offense to it at all. I mean, if it's my money, I'm going to ask those questions. I do run my own portfolio through the office, which means I'm paying the management fee, I'm paying the maintenance time, and I'm using bookkeeping, and I have a property management account. I do all of those through the office because I know that it works well, and I wouldn't be putting my money into something that I didn't believe was going to work for me. So definitely be asking questions. If you have questions about what we can offer, what we can do to help improve your current situation, reach out. Like I said, there are a number of us in the office. I'd obviously love to talk to you, but if you go to our Facebook page or you go to our website, inclinehome.com, you're going to see the other agents that are there. So if you're like, well, I'm really interested, but I really like Megan, I think I want to talk to somebody else, do it. That's fine. Go to the website, talk to other agents, see who you best click with, and go from there. I would much rather see your services here where I know you're going to be taken care of, than see them someplace else and see you in 6 months when things are a disaster. So if you've got any other questions, feel free to reach out. Like I said, comment here, message me. My cell phone number is on there. I do my best to keep on top of text messages. Voicemails I have given up on. But text messages I try really hard to stay on top of. So send me a text message or an email, megan@inclinehome.com. Email probably is the best at this point. I used to say that it was text message, but I honestly think that it's going to be email. So either way, reach out. We have that conversation. We make you some money, and everybody's happy. So hopefully we are seeing the end of the snow, and things are maybe going to warm up for a little while, so make sure you get out and enjoy your weekend. And I think that's about it. I will catch you later. Check out the other classes that we offer, because we will talk about insurance. We talk about, we do one on 1031 exchanges, just different things that are happening. You got questions? You want to see a class about something specific? Let us know, and we'll see what we can do. So anyway, enjoy the rest of your week, and I will catch you later.